Ukraine's post-coup authorities are stepping up their offensive on dissent, making snatch arrests on potential opposition leaders. The former governor of the eastern region of Kharkov, who was also planning to run for president, is now in custody in Kiev. He's accused of separatism after calling for a decentralization of power. And as RT's Peter Oliver reports, the new authorities are acquiring a taste for cracking down.
Out in defiance at what they see as the occupation of their country. The east of Ukraine has seen large groups demonstrating against the new authorities in Kiev, even going so far as to appoint their own officials. However, in Lugansk, that sparked a crackdown from the authorities, barging their way into an administrative building. This is how Kiev makes its point to those who are pro-Russian.
Буде отак кожному подонку, хто за розкол України. Оце кожен подонок, який буде розколювати Україну, закінчить отак. Отак. Тримайте. Машину прямо донесли.
There was a similar situation in Donetsk, where the crowd's appointed governor was thrown in jail. His wife told RT she is worried for her husband's safety.
He was essentially kidnapped. There were multiple violations during his arrest. He wasn't told his rights. Those people didn't explain who they were. The person who was in charge demanded to put cameras away. We didn't know where my husband was taken for almost 2 days. Then we were told he's in a pre-detention facility in Kiev.
The subsequent appointment of oligarch Sergei Taruta as governor by Kiev hasn't gone down well with people in Donetsk. The arrest of those put forward by the people has led to accusations of double standards directed towards those who came to power themselves off the back of popular protest on Independence Square.
What is happening in Ukraine has long gone beyond any legal framework. The central power takeover in Kiev has launched it all. So one should not be looking anywhere for law abidance now. That is, of course, hypocrisy. When the same was happening in the west of Ukraine, the so-called protest leaders were not brought to justice, while in the east and south we now see the opposite picture. Those in power are doing whatever they want. There are definitely double standards and rampant violence.
The east remains on edge, with many demonstrators looking at the referendum due for Crimea and calling for a similar vote in their part of Ukraine. Peter Oliver, RT, Donetsk, Ukraine.
Protesters against the self-proclaimed leadership in Kiev are growing increasingly restive in eastern Ukraine. There was no warm welcome for opposition leader and presidential candidate Vitaly Klitschko in the northeast of the country on Monday. Klitschko was pelted with eggs and apples at his own party's rally in Kharkov. The former heavyweight boxing champion had to be shielded with an umbrella. Around 100 people carrying anti-EU and pro-Russian posters booed the opposition leader before a police cordon separated them from Klitschko's supporters.